Hello everyone, this is Monalisha Padi. I am a legal intern at Lexis and Company, and I am a third year student of BBA LLB, and I am pursuing it from Bharati Vidyapeeth, New Law College, Pune. And today's topic is right to reproduce. Article 21 of the Constitution of India guarantees to every person the right to life and liberty. The courts have interpreted that the article to include right to the right to life and liberty. The courts have interpreted the articles to include the right to reproductive choices. In particular, the article allows a woman to decide whether she wants to procreate or not. This right is not absolute and is limited once a woman conceives, as there is a competing interest of the prospective child. Reproductive rights is one of the most talked about yet ignored aspect of human rights in India. Reproductive rights with respect to abortion is still a grey area with respect to human rights and fundamental rights. They bring with it a lot of stigma and apprehensions regarding sexual health. Laws like Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act prioritize the consent of women for the termination of pregnancy over anybody else's consent. There have been cases where minor girls or women with STDs have been denied abortion by the courts just because they had crossed 20 weeks of gestation period, which is the maximum for conducting of medical termination of pregnancy as per the Indian law. The Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act has by far granted absolute rights of abortion only to married women. Under protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act, minor sexual abuse victims are out to reveal their conception to guardian, which at some instances lead to hesitation in coming out regarding their pregnancy. Due to the above backdrop, the Indian laws do not grant women an absolute right to abortion. Unlike the United States of America, wherein a woman has the sole reproductive right till the visibility of her fetus, in India the choice of abortion exists only in cases of a possible mental or physical injury within a period of 12 or 20 weeks of pregnancy. Despite the law stressing on giving a woman autonomy in matters of abortion, the practice is starkly the opposite. The general trend shows that through the use of administrative rigmaroles, the authorities involved tried their best to ensure that a woman does not abort. The only respite available to the aggrieved woman is a court. Last month, these Rajasthan High Court delivered a significant judgment on the importance of women's autonomy in matters of abortion, which is welcome change. The court also laid down significant guidelines to be followed, which shall ensure that this autonomy is regarded and given effect to timely. Recently, in Environment and Consumer Protection Foundation versus Union of India, Supreme Court allows a woman to abort 25-week-old fetus with unformed skull. The right to life under Article 21 include women limited reproductive right, with the underlying idea being that a woman's privacy, dignity and bodily integrity should be respected. The right to abortion terminate is governed by Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act 1971. Under the Act, pregnancy can be medically terminated only by a registered medical practitioner at a medical facility registered as a medical termination of pregnancy center. As per the Act, the grounds for abortion are limited to where continuance of pregnancy would cause risk to the life of a pregnant woman or cause grave injury to her physical or mental health, or second, where there exists a substantial risk that if the child is born it would suffer from such physical and mental abnormalities as to seriously handicap. It should note that rape is considered an act that causes grave injury to the mental health of a woman, and therefore conception due to an act of rape is a ground to abort. Similarly, pregnancy to the failure of a contraception used by a married couple is also considered to be a grave injury to the mental health of a woman and is a ground to abort. It should be noted that such a ground is available only for the purpose of limiting the number of children, which means that if couple has no children but the woman conceives, it is unlikely that this plea would be allowed. That's all for the topic today. Please like and comment on the video. Thank you so much.